Hello guys, due to personal matter, I have some emergency case to attend to. So that's why today's lesson will be posted in YouTube. I'm sorry for that. Okay, so today uh, we are going into topic of trigonometric functions, which is the 14th session. Okay, today is 12th January 2021, Tuesday. Okay, let's start our lesson. Okay, the question says solve the equation 2 sine squared x minus 3 cos x. When it says equation, right? Okay, here, what I have here. Okay, when it says equation, you don't see equal, right? Means that there's a mistake in this question. So can you please add in, it should be equal to 3. There is a missing during the, I think, the printing or during the editing that time. Okay, should be equals to 3. Okay, what happened to my this one? It doesn't want to go in. Give me some time. Okay, equals to 3. Okay, equals to 3. Equals to 3. Okay, equals to 3. Right. So then it say solve the equation. Solve the equation of 2 sine squared x minus 3 cos x equals to 3, right? For the value of x in between 0 and 360 degree. Solve means here you need to get the value of x. What's the angle? Okay, this is the questions. So from the information, every one of you should understand this. Sine squared x, okay, sine squared x, it is meant by sine x multiplied with sine x. So highlight this one. Make sure that you don't make a mistake here. And of this question is 3 marks. Okay, let's start our working. So first of all, what do? Okay, you are going to use the identity to sub this. Okay, which one that you want to sub? Okay, choose the one with terms of cos. So sine squared x, if you refer to your formula page of your exam paper, in the fourth page, okay, in the fourth page, you will see that sine squared x, okay, you will see that sine squared x plus, okay, you will see this sine squared x plus cos squared x equals to 1, right? So now you make sine squared x as your subject. It will be 1 minus cos squared x. Okay, you are now going to sub this, okay, into here. Okay, so I'm going to write this one as 2, okay, in the bracket, I'm going to sub it with 1 minus cos squared x, okay, close the bracket, minus 3 cos x equals to 3. So the next step, you want to solve, you know the steps of solving is by expanding if you have the bracket, rearranging. Okay, I'm going to follow that principle. So first of all, I expand 2 minus 2 cos squared x minus 3 cos x minus 3 equals to 0. So I shall get it as negative 2 cos squared x minus 3 cos x minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, then what do? Remember, okay, if you press your calculator, okay, and you sub in the value of a and b and c, yes, you will get the factorization. Okay, the factorization that you will get will be this. Okay, let me continue. You'll get this as your factorization. Okay, you will get it as 2 cos x plus 1. Okay, cos x plus 1, right? Okay, now why? Because your calculator give you the value of first x, your x, which is your cos x, the subject cos x equals to negative 1 over 2. or this is the answer that you get from your calculator, cos x equals to -1. So then you go backward. Okay, this is how you factorize. You cross multiply. Okay, you cross multiply this, you'll get 2 cos x equals to -1. So 2 cos x plus 1, that will be your first bracket. I believe that every one of you shouldn't have any problem with this, right? Okay, now let's continue with, and the similar to this, which is on your right, cos x equals to 1, so cos x plus 1, okay, in the bracket equals to 0. Then you place it in the factorization. Okay, then this one should be equate to 0. This is what you get. But now pay attention here. I'm going to explain to you. So you see the one that I circled in red color, which is A -2, B is -3, and C is -1. Okay, let me write it here for you. A is -2, B is -3, and C is -1. But now, when I come and check your question, okay, you're working, when I multiply this with this, right, I'll get 2 cos squared x. I don't get the value of -2, I get +2. And secondly, when I multiply the plus 1 and the plus 1 here, when I multiply this, I don't get the value of -1. In fact, I get it as 1, right? So when I multiply, again, I repeat, I multiply plus 1 and plus 1, I get +1, where the answer turns out should be -1. So this means that your working is wrong, okay? Because when I expand, I don't get, when I expand this bracket, I don't get this expression, okay, accordingly, right? So means that you lose mark here. So in order to make sure that you don't lose mark here, so my advice to you, okay, I'm going to erase this one. If you miss this part, please replay the video to watch again, right? So to avoid making such a mistake, whenever you come to your equation with a negative, okay, negative of your x squared, your quadratic, okay, the first subject here, which is x squared, so make it as positive, change the number, okay, multiply all this term with -1, so you shall get 2 cos squared x plus 3 cos x plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, now please check again your factorization. So when I expand this, 2 cos x times cos x, as you expand, I'll get my 2 cos squared x. When I multiply plus 1 and plus 1, I multiply this, I get +1. Yes, then you are qualified for the first mark here for factorization. Okay, then you go to your answer. But remember, the question is asking for the value of x in terms of degree. You can see that in terms of degree. So what do? You are going to continue to x. So x. How do you do this? Okay, how am I going to solve this? Okay, give me some time. I'm going to erase this one because I need more space for me to explain to you for this. Okay, now I erase all this for the whole thing. Okay, I erase this one. Okay, give me some time. Okay, right, erase this whole thing. I need some space for me to write because I need to explain to you what is going on. If the waiting is too long, then you may skip. Okay, drag it to forward it. Okay, fast forward. Okay, so I'm going to copy down again what I have just now. Cos x equals to -1/2, or cos x equals to -1. So when you are here, so killing 2 birds with 1 stone, this is what you learn in mathematics as well. So what do you do with this? Okay, let's start with this one first. I ignore this one first. Okay, I need some space here. So for this case, what you do, there are steps for you to follow. Okay, what are the steps? Take note here. Steps. So your first step is you look for the reference angle. Okay, you look for the reference angle. How do you look for the reference angle? So it should be cos. Since the question giving you as cos x, so you may say that cos alpha. Cos alpha, get the positive, get the reference angle in the first quadrant. Okay, in the first quadrant. Okay, I might not need the arrow. Take away the arrow so that it won't confuse you. Okay, so for the first quadrant, for 1/2, okay, 1/2, you press calculator to get what is the angle. So get your calculator very fast. Okay, where is my calculator? Wait, one moment. 1/2. If you could memorize your answer, then go ahead. So you press shift cos, okay, 0.5. You'll get it as 60. Means that this is 60 degree. 60 degree. So this is your reference angle. So where your alpha is 60. That is the steps. Okay, secondly, okay, second steps, you refer to the question and check on the sign. Okay, cos x equals to negative value, right? Negative value means what? Negative value, okay, I put it this blue color so they can see. If it is negative value, means that it should be in the second quadrant and the third quadrant. Okay, because cos is positive in the first quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So the reference angle is 60 and the reference angle is 60. Now you are going to evaluate the angle from here to here. Check my look into my diagram. So I'm going to move from here. Okay, I'm going to move from here to here. So this will be your angle. So your first x should be 180. As you know, the angle to evaluate a straight line, 180. You minus, go back for 60, right? So you get the line of this. So it is 120 for your first x. The second x is, okay, I use green color. You can see the green color is moving from the x-axis anti-clockwise, go until the second blue line. Okay, second straight blue line. So you are going to write it as x equals to 180 plus 60. You get it as 240. Done for the first x. Okay, when your cos x is -1 and 2, the value, the angle for x should be 120 and 140. Okay, now let's continue with the second one. So for the second one here, say cos x. So for this cos x, okay, my short note to you is that when you get your trigo, cos x, sin x, or sin x, or tangent x, okay, which is 0 or 1 or -1, this is for sine. Okay, sine in this category. Or for tangent, it is of 0 and positive infinite and negative infinite. For this kind of value, okay, what you can do, I will suggest that you go, I show you one cos only. So I will suggest that you go to the graph of cos. Okay, x, sorry, this is x. Okay, for the value of cos, this is my maximum value, which is 1. This is my minimum value, which is -1, and this is 0. So this is x and this is my y. So for the graph of cos, cos means that it's cos 0. Okay, cos when 0 degree, the value is 1. So this one, the shape of the graph, everyone should have this shape of graph in mind at this moment, right? Okay, so this is 2 pi. Okay, 2 pi means that it's of 360 degree. Okay, 2 pi means 360 degree. Okay, please forgive me. My writing is very untidy because quite difficult to write on screen. Okay, 360. Okay, now you're looking for cos x equals to -1. Where is -1? Here is -1. So here is -1 is the angle here. So this is half of the line. So this is 180. So for the value of this, your x, for the value of this, your x is equals to 180 degree. Therefore, then you make your conclusion. X is equals to, rearrange your angle, 120, followed by 180, then followed by 240 for your answer. Will it be okay? So if we miss out which part, please pause the video and go back to the part so that you can refer to. So where marks are given, just now the earlier one, I told you the factorization. So the second mark, somewhere here lah. I predict that it should be here, because this is paper 1. So for the first part, or this part, either one. So the third mark will go for all the angle correct. This will be your third mark. This and this is either one. Okay, some students, they could get the cos x equals to -1/2 correctly, but they got the cos x equals to -1 wrongly, or vice versa. So then 1 mark is given there because half of it is correct. Then for that case, you lost the last final marks, so you only obtain 2 marks. Will that be okay? So play back my video to listen to this. Okay, to listen to this. What did I say here? Okay, so this is question 24. Let's continue to question 25. Okay, question says, given that cos x equals to h, state in terms of h for the values of a secant 2x and b sin in the bracket 90 degree plus x. Okay, diberi bahawa cos x sama dengan h. Ini soalan dia. Okay, cos x sama dengan h. Nyatakan dalam sebutan h. So your answer must be in terms of h. Bagi A and B, 4 marks. So 4 marks here, then you should predict that this question you need to show working, right? So how do you do this one? We start our working with this. So remember, just now in question 24, our first step is to get the reference angle. So similar to this question, you need to get the reference angle, or you sketch the angle, but it shall be in the first quadrant. Okay, so sketch your first quadrant for the triangle. Always be in the first quadrant, because first quadrant representing acute angle, right? So every trigo value there will be positive. So this is x. So cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, cos x, okay, equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, means that it's here over here. Okay, it's adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent over hypotenuse, you get it as the value of h. Okay, so here you should know that in mathematics, so we learn every single number, the denominator is 1. So from here, as what we learned in our vector yesterday, so then you should know that, oh, the value of my A shall be h, right? And the value for my B shall be 1, right? So you get this correctly. Okay, then we proceed. So how do you memorize, or how do you get to know that cos 2x equals to what? You need to get the identity, right? Or you need to simplify it. So what makes you remember this? Okay, if you still remember, okay, during my class with you all, the hexagon that I bring you, right? The hexagon. So now the second step is you follow the hexagon. Okay, if you cannot remember, please jot down this one and start memorizing. Okay, so the value at the center should be 1, and I start with sine. Okay, then cos, sine over cos is equals to tangent. You see how I rhyme this? Sine over cos equals to tangent. I start with that. Then after that, 1 over tangent, it is cotangent. Okay, 1 over sine, it shall be cosecant. C-S-C-S-C. Okay, cosecant. And then 1 over cos, it is secant. S-E-C, right? S-E-C, secant, or S-E-K, you may write it as. Okay, now what I do? So 1 secant. Secant is 1 over cos equals to secant. So you memorize this one from the hexagon. Secant x is equals to 1 over cos x. Now your x is 2x. Okay, so you change this one to 2x. Very simple. So then you shall get this one equals to 1 over cos 2x. Okay, what is cos 2x? Then you have to refer to the identity again in the page of formula, you get the formula of cos 2x. You have a few. Okay, for cos 2x, you have a few. So you have cos 2x, okay, which is equals to, I copy the formula from the formula page, minus sine squared a, and the second is 2 cos squared a minus 1, and the third one is 1 minus 2 sine squared a. So which one that you want to choose? Okay, which one that you want to choose? I rewrite this one in the proper manner for you to see. Okay, cos a to a. So which one that you want to choose? Okay, choose the one, this one got a square here, right? I miss out a square. Okay, which one they want to choose? Choose a one that got to do with the information. So I don't choose one. I don't choose the first one because it involves sign. I don't choose the third one because it involves sign. Therefore, I'm going to replace the terms of cos 2x equals to 2 cos squared x minus 1. So I continue my working with, okay, this one, I leave it for time being. So I'm going to replace this, okay, with my 2 cos squared x minus 1. So then what do I get? I'm going to sub 1 over cos x. What is cos x? Cos x is h. So cos squared x means that it's h squared minus 1. So that's how you get your answer. Remember just now I told you in the earlier question, I say that sine squared, what is the value? Sine squared x. Okay, sine squared x, it was represented by this. Okay, it is this, sine squared x times sine squared x. So we simplify and we write it as sine squared x. Okay, so then the same thing goes to cos. Why my cos so ugly one? Okay, cos squared x means that it is cos x times cos x. That's how you get your h squared. Okay, so that is the first part. So first part, you get your answer correctly. No, it doesn't harm you at all. Right. So then, okay, please jot down this one. I'm going to erase this because I need some space for this. Right. So this one I'm going to take away. If you miss out this one, please pause the video and replay. Okay, replay the video for you to check the working. Okay, now I go to the second part. So ignore the first one. I go to the first part. Sine A plus B. So sine A plus B, the formula is given also in the exam paper. So the formula is given to you as sine A plus B. It is given as sine A cos B, okay, plus cos, I write in BM. Okay, right, just now as I was writing, so accidentally I pressed the one of the button, so it went mess. So I restart for my question 25, part B. So sine in the bracket 90 degree plus x. So it was given in the formula. So if you refer to the formula page of item 9, okay, under trigonometry item 9, it was written as sine A, okay, plus minus B, okay, equals to sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Okay, so remember for cos, for the formula of sine A plus B plus, then they follow plus. If it is minus, then the formula follow the by minus. It was the other round for cos A plus B. Please check the formula, okay, and highlight this one. So make sure that everybody is clear with the formula. Okay, since this is plus, I'm going to follow this. I'm going to follow this. Take away this. I'm going to follow the red color, right? Okay, good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sub this one. I'm going to have this one as sine 90 degree cos x plus, see plus, why plus? Because this is plus. Okay, plus what? Follow the formula. It say cos, the first item is 90 degree, and sine x. Okay, sine x, right? So here you are tested on this, the value of sine and the value of cos. Okay, values are sine 90 degree. Sine 90 degree, what do you get? Sine 90, what do you get? Okay, very good. It is 1. So you sub the value. This is 1. Okay, times cos x. What is cos x? Okay, very good. From the first information, you can see from here your cos x is h. So you sub the cos x with h. Plus, what is cos 90? Press your calculator to get the value. Okay, very good. It is 0. So sine x, if you refer to the diagram, you may have your sine x as h squared. Okay, as your h as your wait, give me some time. I bring you back to the diagram. Okay, if you go back to your diagram of this, this is your h, this is 1, this is your x earlier. Okay, so your side, okay, by following the Pythagoras theorem, you'll be having it as 1 squared, okay, the hypotenuse, 1 squared 1 minus h squared square root. So for sine, it should be opposite over hypotenuse. So it should be square root of 1 minus h squared. Right, so you sub this. Is it necessary? No need. Why? Because anything that multiply with 0, the whole thing is off. So finally, what is your answer? Okay, finally, what do you have for your answer? Your answer should be h. So in terms of h. So earlier in question 24, you also get your answer as in terms of h, which is, okay, I rephrase your answer, which is 1 over 2h squared minus 1. In terms of h, So then that's how easy you get your 4 marks. All right, pause the video to replay and go back to check where is your problem. And once you have go through this one, please take out your past year question, or be a question from your workbook or from your states paper to go through it, right? Okay, so now we are going to continue to the next question. Okay, this is paper 2 question, part A. It says proof, buktikan. Okay, proof, buktikan. Buktikan apa? The sebelah kiri adalah sama dengan sebelah kanan. So buktikan. So then this again, you might worry where to start. Remember, pembuktian, if the proving part, we normally start with the more complicated, because they are more identity for us to sub. Rather than tangent, there is no guidance. You may start from the right, but how to go? Okay, you put yourself in a problem zone. So start with your left hand side. So I'm going to start with my left hand side. I write this one left hand side. Okay, sine in the bracket x minus y. So follow the formula again as I explained to you just now. Okay, it will be sine x cos y. Okay, I'm talking about this. Okay, sine x cos y minus cos x sine y. This is the first phrase. Okay, then the second one, okay, is plus. So I put it this one, the black color, the plus. Okay, then I use the blue color. This is the second one. So plus what? Plus sine x cos y plus cos x sine y. I'm so sorry because of the screen is so smooth. I couldn't hold my pen in the proper manner. Okay, so then when you expand, when you expand the bracket, it doesn't harm because it's plus, so the sign of the symbol here and here will not be affected. So then I just remove the bracket so they can see better. Okay, so then what I can see now, okay, in your working, you may see that sine x cos y plus sine x cos y. Okay, and secondly, you can see that it is minus cos x sine y plus cos x sine y. This and this, they are like term. Okay, this question is actually making you confused only because of the x and y and the sine and the cos. So sine x cos x, sine y cos y. so it will confuse you, but pay attention to it. This question is very simple. So then this is for numerator. Don't forget you got your denominator. Your work haven't finished yet. Okay, over what? This is your denominator. So 2 cos x cos y, right? So for the numerator, now you go and settle your numerator. What do you have now? Okay, this is cancelled off because plus minus. So you'll be having as 2 sine x cos y over the denominator, which is 2 cos x cos y. Now when you are here, you should be able to see the answer. 2 and 2 is simplified. Cos y and cos y is simplified. You get your answer as sine x over cos x. Refer to the tangent, refer to the hexagon, trigohexagon that I showed you just now. Sine over cos is tangent. So then you get this one as tangent x. So this is equal to your right hand side. So this you already proved, right? So 3 marks. Where are the 3 marks given in this question? Very simple. This one you sub it correctly. Okay, the first part here. Okay, I take this one blue-green color lah. For the first part, okay, for the first part you sub correctly, you get 1 mark. Or this one, either one, right? Either one you sub correctly, you get 1 mark. Okay, then you simplify correctly, you get 1 mark. Okay, here or here. So this one will be your second mark. So then you get it proof written. Okay, you get it proof, right? Or if let's say, but normally for this question in SPM, it will be 2 marks. Okay, for this question, maybe the teacher wanted this to be given as 1 mark, this as 1 mark. Okay, give allowance to the students. So then this is 1 mark, right? 3 marks. But anyhow, marks, where marks are given is not our problem. Okay, I just want you to know that of every single question given, there should be a working, okay, before you bring to the final answer. Okay, there should be a working that bring you to the answer. So don't just show your answer without your working. Will it be okay? Fine. Okay, good. Then next, we shall go to this question. Asks you to sketch the graph. Okay, if you want to sketch the graph of this, the question says sketch the graph of this. This one looks like a bit weird to us, right? And the question says in between 0 to 180 degree. When the range is given to you as in pi radian, so you have your graph should sketch. You should sketch your graph as 0, pi, and 2 pi. Okay, when the range is given to you as in pi. When the range is given to you as in degree, then you are allowed to have it to make it as 180 degree and 360 degree, right? Otherwise, then you have to follow the range given. Okay, there's one thing that you have to bear in mind. Jot now what I said just now, right? If you miss hearing, please go back. Okay, now this is the question. What am I going to do? It looks like so worried. I'm not so I do not know what's going on. Okay, what happened? Don't worry, because 1 over y. Normally our graph will be the subject will be y. We don't have 1 over y as the subject. So what you do? You play around or you cross multiply. You get it as y equals to 1 over modulus cot. Okay, cot x, right? So you put the modulus cot x. Okay, what is 1 over cos? Oh, maybe I remove the modulus. Okay, we take away the modulus first, because anyhow the modulus is to make the graph reflect on the x-axis, take all the values of positive. Okay, so this one should be cot k, or why k? Or maybe I got problem in writing the c, that's why they put k. Okay, so y equals to cot x. What is 1 over cot x? By referring to the hexagon, if you could recall the hexagon, 1 over cot x is actually our tangent. Very good. Who can recall this one? Then very good. So what happened now? You start to sketch the graph. Okay, you start to sketch the graph, which is tangent graph. Okay, tangent graph. Okay, this is x, this is y. You are going to sketch the graph of tangent. So what do you have? So you have it as the graph of pi. So pi, remember our tangent. Okay, I bring you back to the original. Okay, tangent. Tangent, we have 2 period. Okay, if you could recall the lesson in my class. What do I mean by 2 period? I make sure that the range of this in between here, the range of this, okay, the space, it must be somehow uniform. It cannot be big, small, right? Make sure that you get this one right. Anyhow, if you want to measure, then that will be better. So for the graph of tangent, okay, 0 is here. So this is my half, which is pi, and this is my 2 pi. For the graph of tangent, it will start from 0, then it won't touch at 90, and then from 90, which is negative, until the 0, and this is what we call 1 period. So then if I continue, this will be the second period. Okay, second period. But anyhow, this question is asking you for the first until pi. Until pi means that you are going to remove this. We don't take care on all this, right? You take the one on the positive. But don't forget, just now our question, we say that it is modulus. What is the modulus meant? This line, okay, this line is reflected on here, right? So this line, so you are going to erase this. This line you should erase. Okay, in your graph, this one cannot be here. So then you say, teacher, the line is not really touch. Don't intersect the dotted line, vertical line. Okay, it can go very near to it, but do not touch. Okay, because I'm writing this one on the screen, that's why it's quite difficult. Okay, so that you go all this all the way up straight. Then you may say that all the way up straight, but don't intersect. Okay, good, fine. So this, you already sketched the graph. Okay, so done already with your question. So now let's continue with because if I go forward, then you won't be able to see the graph, right? I need to sketch, but I don't want to re-sketch the graph. I remain here. Then I read the question, you refer to your paper. So part C says that hence, okay, oh sorry, here's 4 marks. You want to know where are the 4 marks. Okay, so for 4 marks, what do we check? We check on the shape of the graph. Do you get it correct? Okay, the shape of the graph, you get it correct because it is of tangent. It is of curve, right? Of not intersecting. So the shape is the tangent graph. Okay, so I put it here. The tangent graph, tangent x, the graph. Okay, you get 1 mark, the graph, the shape, right? Then you have only 1 cycle, means that it's like that. Okay, 1 cycle, 1 mark. Okay, and then what else? I do not know why 4 marks, right? Because there is no modulus. Sorry, one part is the modulus that reflected. Okay, modulus is 1 mark, 3 marks. For this graph, I can give it only as 3 marks, right? Okay, because this is state paper, we don't query about the state papers mark. I just want to make sure that you get this correctly. Right, then after that, we go to part C. I erase this one first. So these are the 3 marks given for the graph. The shape, okay, the range, and the modulus. Right, okay, then after that, we go to part C. Hence, by using the same axis, sketch a stable straight line to find the number of the solution. Okay, the solution. Okay, since I'm not using this part, I'm going to erase this. Okay, wait, I take my eraser. Terpadam pula. Okay, I place back my line. Don't know whether I can get it right or wrong. Okay, can. Okay, x. So the equation given to me as x over pi, okay, minus sine x over cos x equals to 1. So what do you do with this one? How do you get this one? Okay, so what is 1 over cos? As a 1 over cos. What is sine x over cos x? Okay, very good. Sine x over cos x is your tangent. So x over pi minus tangent x equals to 1. What is tangent? What is tangent? Check here. What is tangent? Tangent is actually your y. So x over pi minus y equals to 1. You rearrange the equation, you will get it as y equals to pi over x minus 1, right? Pi over x minus 1. Fine, you got it right. So now your duty is to get a straight line and place it in the graph. Okay, how do you get it right? Okay, place it in the graph. Remember, you need the table. Okay, table of value. So the value of x and y. When x is equals to, don't place, when x is 0, when x is 0, when x is 0, okay, when x is 0, 0 divided by pi, you get 0. So 0, and the value of y is negative 1. So 0, negative 1. Where is 0, negative 1? Somewhere here, you just mark 0. This, assume that this is negative 1 here. So 0, negative 1 is here. Okay, then I choose another color. I use green color. Okay, then you go to pi. Choose the second value as pi. Okay, when your value here, okay, right, again, just now maybe it was too long on the single slide, so I need to go to another slide. Okay, let's continue with this one. Okay, let's go to when my x, so for this one, because I take it as image, I couldn't erase, so let's say I take my x now as pi. Okay, I replace my 0 now as pi. Okay, pi divided by pi, I get 1. 1 minus 1, I get 0. So pi 0, where is the next coordinate? It should be here, right? So it should be here. So when it is here, so what I do? So I'm going to draw a straight line. I'm going to draw a straight line from the coordinate of 0, negative 1 to pi 0. Draw a straight line, use your ruler. Okay, remember to use ruler, not like me, using freehand, because I'm writing on the screen. So get your ruler, okay, a green color. Okay, from here to here, you draw a straight line. So this is represented by y equals to x over pi minus 1. Okay, the equation, the straight line. Okay, so the straight line and the equation. Now the question asks you for the number of solution. How many numbers of solution that you get? Here, you circle it in your answer. You circle this one. So then you answer to your question, number of solution. I need to write this one. Number of solution equals to 1. Okay, 4 marks for this. Sorry, 3 marks. Okay, because this is part C. I'm still in part B because I'm using part B slide. So 3 marks for this. So where are the 3 marks? Okay, listen here. I'm going to tell you where are the 3 marks given. So for this case, the first mark shall go here. Okay, I use this color. So when you are able to sub this with this with this to come up with the equation, okay, you will get 1 mark here. This is the first mark. So for this question, number of solution is 3 marks. Okay, number of solution is 3 marks. So this is the first mark. This is the first mark. Okay, second mark, you draw the line correctly, means that by using the table of values, you draw this line correctly, you get 1 mark here. Okay, then finally, the answer to the question asks how many solutions that you get. Okay, the question says state the number of solutions. Okay, number of solution is equals to 1, so you get 3 marks. So how do you find this question? It's very easy. So you want to score this question, make sure that you are familiar with the basic graph of Trigo. And remember the hexagon trigonometric identities that I gave you, the basic one, and you have to memorize it. Just memorizing and sub only. And the formulas of the additional angle and the double angle, okay, only the formula not given to you as half angles. Half angles you have to memorize a bit, but you can manipulate from here. Okay, and the squared angle, okay, also given in the list of Trigo, from point 3 under Trigo, from point 3 to point 11, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 9 formulas given as in Trigo. So make sure that you refer to that. If you don't want to memorize, fine. Then please make sure you refer to the page of formula to familiar with the formula which is given. So in the exam, save your time to look for it. Okay, right? Okay, I think that's all for today's class. I'm so sorry again. I'll say I say thousand, I put my little hands, little fingers in front of all of you to say I'm so sorry due to my emergency uh, matter. I have to leave home for tonight. Right, I shall let you know what's happened by tomorrow night. So wish you stay home, stay safe, okay, and do more exercise. Don't stress. You shall be going back to school on the 20th of January. All right. Okay, bye. I shall see you tomorrow online. Okay, good night.